I'm Tyler Baber, Managing Director at BNP Engage. I'm here with Carly Camacho at Rhino Tool House to talk about their RhiKnows campaign. Hi, Carly. Why don't we start with tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Tyler. I have been working for Rhino Tool House for about 3 years. I am the marketing communications lead, which means I do a little bit of everything. I mostly focus on communicating with our customers and our internal team and making sure that our customers know how we can help them and why we're so good to work with.
Tell me a little bit about RhiKnows. I know Rhino Tool House does a lot of things, and this is a new initiative and a new campaign for you. So tell me a little bit about what it is and how it came to be.
So a lot of our sales engineers are seeing the exact same challenge in the field. All of our customers have so much data because everything is so intelligent and smart now. And they're in spreadsheets, they're in different apps, and it wasn't all in one consolidated place. And even if it was, they weren't able to get any sort of answer from there. So it wasn't collecting the data that was a challenge, it was knowing what it was telling them. And so we decided to build a platform powered by AI that basically helps them to understand what is going on in their plant from 10,000 feet to 10 feet right at the operator's hands.
So you have this platform. How does that go about turning into a product, and then how does marketing get involved?
Oh yeah, so that was so fun. So it was really interesting because our sales engineers originally came to us. This has been in the works for about 3 years. And they said, hey, we have this problem and we're coming up with a solution for it. We would love for you guys to be a part of it. And we were stoked because if you know anything about B2B manufacturing marketing, sometimes you get pulled in at the last minute. So it was really cool to work with them to build the brand messaging, to understand who our customers are for this and how to help them. Something that BNP actually was able to help us with was a lot of that messaging. And working with you all has been awesome because you were able to sit in our calls and get a really strong understanding of not only the product, but how to communicate to our manufacturing customers. Basically, all of that messaging turned into RhiKnows because it's a little bit separate from our Rhino Tool House brand because it's focusing on more so of a niche audience of people who are overwhelmed with their data and they want to figure out solutions to it, which does sound like everybody, but there are some people that have a little bit more bandwidth to take in something that's going to impact their whole plant.
Sure.
So it's basically kind of finding that right fit at the right time, and the messaging plays a really big role in that. They wanted it to look really innovative and really techy. And so we were able to kind of pull that back a little bit because a part of our overarching brand is we are very intentional and people focused. We're not a mom and pop shop, but we can work with anyone of all sizes. And we didn't want to isolate any one individual who maybe didn't think they could fit into the huge innovation piece. What we like to say is start small, scale fast. So we like to provide the option to start small, to understand how one piece of, it's kind of similar to like a SaaS model of this modular platform can fit with your specific operations. If you want to start with service, awesome. If you want to start with knowing what your operators are doing, basically at any given moment to help them improve, we could do that. So it really is a bespoke model. It is completely custom to our customers. So that they know that the solution is going to help them in their day-to-day. We tended to stay away from specific product messaging because we have over 800 vendor partners. But then once we solidified that this is going to integrate everyone together and all of our vendor partners together, it was pretty easy and it was so much fun because we finally had something that could connect everyone, that really put together our story.
So tell me about the story of your booth here, how the story of RhiKnows got incorporated into this experience.
So I think it tells our story really well because we have all of our different product segment categories: advanced manufacturing, service, design and build, tools and assembly, and we tie that all together with RhiKnows, which is the intention, because before we were working in all these different segments. And now we have something that can tell a story of all of them, and we designed the flow of our booth to kind of show that physically. So we have our segments, and then our sales engineers bring our customers over to RhiKnows, and we have both an interactive display that is more so of a high level, and then we have a basically live plant data intake that the engineers created, and you can see how the data is used to go into the dashboards themselves. It was kind of incredible. The interactive display was like the first huge project that I've worked on that I was coordinating between multiple vendor partners, multiple teams, having like 2 weekly calls to make sure we were getting it on time and on budget. And I think the reason that was so successful is because we were able to solidify the messaging and the branding with you guys. Having the logo done, having the brand hierarchy done was really helpful for the booth as a whole, because we didn't have to build the plane when we were flying it per se.
Now that you've got the booth, you go back, you're not in an event. How does the marketing story keep getting told for you?
Yeah, we try and keep it very personal with all of our customers, even our sales engineers internally. So I have them taking extremely good notes. And so then afterwards, we're kind of creating custom sequences and custom email outreach and even custom like phone calls to them very specifically. So that we kind of keep that personal touch and feel, and it's not just a mass email to everyone that says, thanks for coming. It's like, thank you so much for coming to see X solution, and based on our conversation, we believe we can help you with Y. I think what's next is continuing this launch. We had a soft launch about 3 or 4 months prior to this, and this is kind of our hard launch. And it's been awesome to get not only our internal team trained a little bit more heavily on the software, but to communicate and educate the audience at the show, not only our vendor partners, but customers, new customers, prospects, anyone. We even had a robotics team come over and check it out, which has been really cool. And I think what's next for us is just really building on the momentum that we've gathered from the show, fine-tuning our messaging, fine-tuning all of our branding materials to make sure it resonates with all of our target audience. I think the story is the most important thing. Honestly, like, people listen to stories, they root for the underdog, they want to see themselves in the story. So I think any chance you get to talk to your target audience in a way that resonates with them, your message is going to go so much further.
Awesome. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you, Tyler.